The world watches with bated breath, a collective anxiety settling in as geopolitical tensions escalate. The possibility of a third world war, a conflict with unimaginable consequences, is a fear that lingers in the back of many minds. While we hope for peace, it's crucial to understand the potential flashpoints, the places where the world could tip into chaos. For decades, certain regions have teetered on the brink of conflict, their histories marred by violence and mistrust. Today, as nations arm themselves and alliances shift, these powder kegs pose a significant threat to global stability. Understanding these potential battlegrounds is not about stoking fear, but about promoting awareness and encouraging diplomatic solutions. The world is interconnected now more than ever before. Economic ties, technological advancements, and the flow of information transcend borders. This interconnectedness means that a conflict in one region will inevitably have ripple effects across the globe. Our collective future hinges on understanding these potential conflicts and working towards a peaceful resolution. It's a responsibility we all share, from world leaders to everyday citizens. One region where tensions are particularly high is the Middle East, specifically the long-standing animosity between Iran and Israel. The possibility of a conflict igniting here is a significant concern for the international community. Another potential flashpoint lies in the Asia-Pacific region, where China's growing assertiveness towards Taiwan has raised alarms. Shifting our focus to Europe, we see the volatile situation between Russia and its neighbors. The ongoing conflict in Ukraine serves as a stark reminder of the fragility of peace in the region, particularly for countries like Poland and the Baltic states. Finally, we cannot ignore the Korean Peninsula, where North Korea's unpredictable behavior and nuclear ambitions pose a constant threat to South Korea and Japan. Each of these regions represents a complex web of historical grievances, political disputes, and ideological clashes. It is within these volatile environments that a single misstep, a miscalculation, or an unexpected event could spiral into a larger conflict. The potential for conflict between Iran and Israel stems from a multitude of factors. Ideological differences, geopolitical ambitions, and the pursuit of regional dominance have fueled animosity between the two nations for decades. China's stance on Taiwan is rooted in its One China policy, which considers Taiwan to be a breakaway province that must be reunified with the mainland. Russia's aggressive actions in recent years, particularly its annexation of Crimea and its involvement in the ongoing conflict in Ukraine, have heightened concerns about its intentions towards its neighbors. The Korean Peninsula remains trapped in a cycle of mistrust and hostility stemming from the unresolved Korean War. North Korea's pursuit of nuclear weapons and its unpredictable behavior pose a significant threat to regional and global security. These are just a few examples of the deep-seated issues that make these regions so volatile. The presence of religious extremism, territorial disputes, and the proliferation of weapons only exacerbates these tensions, increasing the likelihood of a conflict erupting. It's impossible to predict with certainty how the United States might get involved in these potential conflicts. However, the U.S. has long-standing alliances and strategic interests in each of these regions. These commitments could draw the U.S. into a conflict, particularly if the conflict threatened to destabilize the entire region or involved the use of weapons of mass destruction. Predicting a clear victor in any of these potential conflicts is a near impossible task. Modern warfare is incredibly complex, with outcomes dependent not only on military strength, but also on factors like economic stability, international support, and public opinion. The risks associated with these potential conflicts are immense. Beyond the immediate and devastating human cost, a global conflict would have far-reaching consequences, including economic collapse, environmental devastation, and the potential for nuclear escalation. The path to peace is not always easy, but it is the only path worth taking.